Story time on how me and my friends almost got killed at a function last weekend that actually turned out to be a secret foreman that we did not know about. So it was me, my friend Gabby, my friend Ava, and Kaylee. We all went out. My friend Ava was in charge of finding the function this week, so she got on our Snapchat and she found a bunch of different ones, but we were going to go to the nearest one first, and then we were going to kind of hop to each one. So we'll name this guy Ted. Ted seemed very sweet and innocent, so we were like, it's not a big deal. He was like, how many girls you got? We were like, oh yeah, we've got this many girls. He was like, okay, there's a bunch of people over here. There was not a bunch of people over there. Heads up. But basically, we were all mostly sober. Like, most of us in the car were sober. I was sober, and so I was like, I don't want to be normal. Like, I'm completely sober, but like, I am just a pretty extroverted person, and I really didn't care for these people much. Like, I don't know, like, I didn't really care about what they thought of me. So I wanted an alter ego. So I created this, like, persona. Her name was Darcy, and she was, like, country or whatever. Oh my gosh, my hair's so huge. 1 second. Okay, so I was going to go into this place, like, with the persona of Darcy. She had a country accent. She was from Texas. Like, it was just cute as fun. It just gave us something to laugh at, basically. And just, like, you know what I mean? I could really say whatever I wanted. And if I wanted to leave, like, I'm not Jada. I'm Darcy, So we get there, and there's actually only, like, 2 people there, 2 men, and they were like, oh, we've got more people coming, which was weird, because they already said they had people there, so it was just like, whatever. So I'm chatting it up, I'm trying to make conversation. I got stuck with Ted. Ted wasn't incredibly attractive, but also I wasn't Jada, so it didn't really matter, you know what I mean? So basically, I was not going to talk to these men after this. I'm going to put this on real quick, and I'm sorry, because I'm going to look absolutely insane. Okay, don't... Alright. What I was saying was, don't pay attention to this. Just pretend it's not on me, okay? It appeals. I feel like everyone, this is common knowledge since it's so popular right now, but it appeals, I promise. Okay, but, so we get there, everything's fine. I'm stuck with Ted. Whatever. The world's not ending because I don't really like any of these men to begin with, but my friends were like, you're gonna get Ted tonight since you're Darcy, and I was like, fine. So I'm talking to Ted, I'm chatting it up, and then some more people show up, and there was a cuter guy. He wasn't ugly. I thought he was pretty cute. We'll call him, hold on. Okay, we're gonna call this dude Chad, because he does look like a frat guy. Like, that's what he kind of, like, that was his whole, like, get up, I feel like, was just, like, he was, like, muscular or whatever, but he had a really creepy smile. Not that that mattered, but, like, just keep that in mind. So bro comes in, and I can tell he's, like, looking at me, like, you know what I mean? He's trying to chat with Darcy, like, a lot. Like, really trying to chat it up with Darcy, and I was like, like, whatever, why not? I'm Darcy, I can really do whatever I want. So I'm chatting it up with him, and then Gabby's like looking at him like, oh, like a familiarity type of thing. Like my friend Gabby, she's like looking at him, I can tell she like kind of knows who he is, and I'm like, but she's like weird about it. But, so I'm like, what's going on? And she was like, they asked, do you know this girl, to Gabby, because she said that she was from this college that they knew of, and she was like, that's my roommate. And they're like, what in the world? So Chad just starts going on about how this girl ruined her high school experience, and wasn't giving details or anything, but it was like, what the heck? Like, you know this girl, this was Gabby's roommate, by the way. Like, if I did not already say that, like, why are you trying to talk bad about her in front of us? Like, what? But thankfully, eventually things start to mellow out, which actually not thankfully, they probably shouldn't have mellowed out, but they did mellow out. And Ted was like, hey, I want to go to the gas station and get some food. Like, who wants to come with me? And I wasn't going to go at first, but then he was like, I'll let you drive the Tesla. And I'm from a small town. I've never driven a Tesla. This is like probably the coolest experience of my life. So I was like, yes, Kaylee, will you come with me? So me and Kaylee leave. Like, no one's really like against it, so we just leave. We go with Ted and Chad, okay? So fast forward a little bit, we are driving for a bit. I drove. I was like, okay, I'm done with this, because like it was cool for a second, but really not all that it's cracked up to be. So I'm just like, okay, you can drive. I'm done. So he drives us, and Chad's in the back seat. Ted is driving since it's his car. And Ted is like, basically is like flirting with me, like trying to like put his hand on my leg, and I was like, you know what I mean? And then I've got Chad in the background, like also flirting with me and being like, my mom would love your country accent, because, you know, remember, I'm Darcy, like, I'm really playing it up. And I was like, oh, yeah, like, whatever. And, then he was, like, just flirting with me, basically. I mean, at this point, I felt like a hot commodity, like, I'm not gonna complain, like, whatever. But we're going to this gas station, and we drive to this abandoned building. And I was like, what in the world is going on? And they were like, oh, it's weird that the GPS took us here. And I was like, Kaylee? Like, she's in the back seat with the other guy. I'm like, so me and Kaylee are looking at us weird. And at the same time, we get a text from Gabby saying, you guys need to get back here right now. Things are going down, basically. We need to leave. The worst part about this, though, is that my text messages are showing up on this Tesla screen. So we are like, me and Kaylee are just like, and another worst part is that the one guy is starting to like catch up onto my act that I'm not actually Darcy, because I said I was from Amarillo, and he was like, oh, where's that? I've been to Texas. I was like, oh, it's like really down south. Bro looked it up. It's the furthest north possible. Okay, so then I text Ava after my phone's disconnected from the car, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna pretend that your dad is angry. So I'm telling them, I'm like, oh guys, we gotta go back, like right this minute, because Ava's dad is so angry right now. We have to go, like blah blah blah. And they're like, are you sure? Like, and we're still at this abandoned building. And I'm like, yes, we gotta go. And they're like, okay. So it's weird that they complied, since they took us to a freaking abandoned building, but they complied pretty well. So we were like getting taken back to this place. And then again, we're not getting any information out of our friends. They just said we need to get back immediately. So we get back to the place, and then we're like, okay, we gotta go. Like, something's going down. Gabby's like, okay, guys, I'm getting a call from my dad, so I need to leave. I'm gonna go out to the car real quick and take this phone call, basically. Things are getting awkward at the place. Chad asked for my Snapchat, so I had to go on his phone and random Darcy girl. So if you got a Snapchat from this guy, I'm so sorry. But, basically Ava's like, look, giving me the eye, like, we gotta go now. So I'm like trying to make up an excuse to go out there, you know, without them like catching on. And I was like, hey, I feel like Gabby's been out there for a while now, like, we need to go in. Like, I don't know how they understood, like, fell for this accent, but they did. And they were like, we know what's gonna happen now. And we were like, what's gonna happen now? Like, so we walk out, and they're like, see you never. And I was like, Chad's giving me the dirtiest look. He's like crazy eyes, bro, crazy eyes. Okay, so then we just all sprint out. Like, it's game, like, we're going, we gotta go now. Like, they've caught on, and like, there's such an eerie feeling in the air, like, my friends know something that we don't. So we get in the car, and my friend Gabby hands me the phone, and lo and behold, it's Chad's entire CaseNet history. Bro's got charges for multiple times. Assault. Like, insane things to have charges for, and it's recent. Like, there's multiple, and they're all recent. So we are literally running it out of here. We parked down, like, probably like 8 blocks, mind you. Remember that. We're 8 blocks down. The story does not end here. We're just debriefing, like, far away from this house. And we're, like, freaking out, like, oh my gosh, like, we were hanging out with and we should have known better. Like, this is our bad. We need to do more research, and we are now. We've lived and we learned. But, yeah. Okay, so story time on how me and my friends almost got killed going to a function that actually turned out to be a secret four-man, part 2. Also, if you haven't seen part 1 yet, I would go watch that, just because it's not going to make any sense if you don't, so. Also, quick disclaimer, I'm so sorry it took me so long to get this part 2 out to you guys. Honestly, I did record part 2 and it just cut off. And so when you guys started commenting like, oh, like, where's part 2? I was like, what? And then I realized, so then I had to go to work. So, alrighty, but I'll stop yapping now and actually get to the story. So I believe we ended off where me and my friends were going and we're leaving. We're sprinting out, and I don't know if I mentioned this before, but one of my friends said that like someone was following us out, or mentioned that like they thought someone followed us out. So we were just a little bit wary about that, but we kind of brushed it off because we were such high adrenaline, like shaking. So we just ran out, and we got into our car and drove about 8 blocks down. I think I already said this. I definitely did already say this. But we drove about 8 blocks down, parked, and then, one second. Sorry, I just had to collect my thoughts real quick. But so we're sitting in the car, we're debriefing, collecting our thoughts, getting adrenaline off of us because we just came off fresh panic attacks because we're running from, you know, criminals. I also forgot to mention that we were on maps trying to find our location at this time so we could leave because we had no clue where we were at this point, and so we're just trying to get home, basically. Okay, so this is when the story actually starts to get juicy because, okay, let me set the scene for you. I'm sitting in the back seat. Gabby's sitting in the front seat. She's the driver. God bless her soul. I love you, Gabby. But I'm sitting in the back seat. I look in the rearview mirror, and I see some headlights coming up. My first thought is, it's probably a cop because we're in a nice neighborhood, so there's probably cops everywhere. It is very late at night, though, so if they think we're doing something bad, we are parked in front of someone's house. But they are guns a-ho, foot to the pedal, speeding up next to us, and there's no reaction time within this time period. We're still all having conversation. I'm just looking in this mirror. I'm like, guys, is that a cop? In that same amount of time, they have sped so fast up to us and just like slammed on the brakes next to us. And we look over all thinking, oh, it's a cop. Shoot. Like, what are we gonna do? We're gonna have to talk to him and explain the situation. And I look over, guys, bro, no time between. Everyone just starts screaming. I start screaming. And you know who? You wouldn't know who it is? It's freaking Chad, bro. He's literally going, okay. He looks like a clown when he does this. Like a creepy clown. When I tell you scary eyes, I meant scary eyes. Like, all by himself. All by himself. So Gabby starts having a panic attack. We're all having panic attacks. Also, I have a video of this. So if you guys want the video, I'm actually going to try to insert it like now. But if I can't, I will totally make another video on it because it is so funny to see my friend Kaylee. She's the one videoing, and she's just there, and like everything's like normal. We're like just freaking out still, and you just see the terror in her eyes when she looks over and starts screaming bloody murder. Okay, but it does take a second for us to process everything because whatever. But Gabby, God bless her soul, handles it beautifully. She speeds out of there, except when she speeds out, the car starts following us. When I tell you, we are driving around this neighborhood for so freaking long, just taking left, right, trying to get away from this car. He's not giving up. He is following us around this neighborhood. And we are all having panic attacks in the car. We are crying. Gabby's bawling her eyes out, but she's, again, like I said, she's handling it beautifully. I honestly am not crying, but I am in shock. Like, I'm just laughing because, like, what the heck is going on? But yeah. At this point, we feel like he's got a tracker on our car because how did he find us 8 blocks down and he's just following us every turn we make? So we're already thinking about calling the cops because he's not giving up. But by a miracle up above, he finally stops following us. We get on the highway and we do make sure we're about 40 minutes away, so we do make sure no one's following us. And we were on like an old road and no one was behind us and you could see like miles down. So we were good in that thing. Also, I don't think there was a tracker because doesn't like AirTags say like if you're tracked? Sorry, my light turned out. Also, you know, we probably should have called the cops or something. But we didn't. better to know for next time, right? But yeah, that's basically the end of the story, and I'm glad you guys liked my story time. It kind of makes me a little, I'm literally blushing because you guys are so nice with my comments. Like, I've never gotten that many likes ever before, and it's kind of embarrassing because, like, who's seen my video? But it's fine. It's whatever. Okay, but also, I have so many other story times that I could tell you guys. This was genuinely just the recent one, so if you guys want to know any more story times, let me know, because I have so much lore, it's not even funny. Me and my friends do go out a lot, and we are very social people, so you can imagine the crap we've gotten into and the things we've done, so. Also, I know a lot of people were asking for makeup tutorials, hair tutorials, and stuff like that, and I totally will give you one. I just have to go somewhere tonight, so I can't really give an in-depth one, and I didn't want to do the makeup tutorial before I went out because I wanted to actually like give you guys the full story time. But again, thank you so much. Let me know if you guys want any more videos. Oh my god, why? Okay, Jada, your 5 seconds of fame is over, but also quick disclaimer, I will post those Darcy videos ASAP.